Scrapbook. I almost coughed in my bunny's face again. Packers mull over linebackers. Wannstedt under the gun. Dave Wannstedt used to be coach of the Bears, the Chicago Bears. This offseason, Brett Favre learned he has an addictive personality. In 1996, the Green Bay quarterback says he wants to become addicted to winning. It appears inevitable, on paper anyway. Yeah, he admitted to having an addiction to painkillers because he was in a lot of pain from injuries and soreness from playing football. I think he said something about it was just hard to get out of bed just from being sore. So here's Brett Favre. Beebe thriving on chance with Packers. Don Beebe, who used to be with the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, he was. So he was a receiver and he was a returner too. Don Beebe. Packer defender pleads no contest. This is in Lincoln, Nebraska. Green Bay Packers cornerback Tyrone Williams pleaded no contest Monday to charges stemming from a shooting incident that occurred 2 years ago. Williams, a two-time All Big 8 cornerback at Nebraska, is to be sentenced November 19th on a felony charge of unlawfully discharging a firearm and to a misdemeanor assault charge. His plea reflected a deal with prosecutors who agreed to reduce a second felony firearms charge to a misdemeanor assault. Williams made headlines last year when he played at Nebraska, in part because other players had well-publicized legal problems. Running back Lawrence Phillips, now with the St. Louis Rams, was convicted of a misdemeanor assault for attacking a former girlfriend. Receiver Riley Washington, who chose not to return to Nebraska this season, awaits trial on a charge of attempted second-degree murder. Wow. Police reports said Williams fired 2 shots into the rear quarter panel of a car. Wow. Driven by University of Nebraska Lincoln student Brooke Bohack. Wow. I remember that player, Tyrone Williams. Wow. Here's something from the Super Bowl. Tapping the Super Vets. Battle in New Orleans. So this is about the Super Bowl that the Green Bay Packers won when they beat the New England Patriots. This is back when the New England Patriots had Drew Bledsoe. Green Bay had Brett Favre. All right. So the Packers' record that season was 15-3, 15-3, and the Patriots' record was 13-5. That was on January 26th at 5:18 p.m. WLAX Channel 25. Stat of the day: Bill Parcells won 2 Super Bowls as coach of the Giants. Mike Holmgren won 2 Super Bowls as an assistant coach with the 49ers. Quote of the day: Brett Favre on Dorsey Levens, who had 88 yards rushing and 117 yards receiving Sunday. Someone questioned where he came from. He's always been an amazing player. Beebe McMahon offer. Okay, so this says tapping the super bets. Beebe McMahon offered good, bad insight to game preparations. Coach Mike Holmgren is turning to Don Beebe and Jim McMahon, his only players with Super Bowl experience, to help prepare the Green Bay Packers for the NFL championship. McMahon is the backup quarterback to Brett Favre. He was the starter for the Chicago Bears in their 46-10 blowout of New England in 1986 when he took New Orleans, the site of this year's Super Bowl, by storm. Beebe, the Packers' third wide receiver, was with the Buffalo Bills team that lost 4 straight Super Bowls from 1990 to 1993. Both players are part of Super Bowl lore. Beebe's big moment came late in the Bills' 52-17 loss to Dallas after the 1992 season, when he chased down Leon Lett and punched the ball out of his hands at the goal line to prevent another Cowboys score. McMahon is going back to the city he took over for the 1986 Super Bowl. What? McMahon is going back to the city he took over for the 1986 Super Bowl, mooning a helicopter. What? Parading down Bourbon Street in the wee hours of the morning, feuding with Bears management over his use of an acupuncturist, and finally leading his team to a lopsided victory over New England. He's kind of filled me in on how to moon helicopters, Favre said. What? Um, Holmgren laughed when asked if he was sure he wanted the irreverent McMahon for advice. It's like the little bad angel and the little good one, Holmgren said. I've got Beebe on one side and McMahon on the other. That should cover most things now. Beebe said he's been telling his teammates how to avoid the pitfalls of distraction and demand these 2 weeks, but there's something he's leaving to McMahon. Jim knows how to go to the Super Bowl and win. I don't, Beebe said. Maybe they should ask Jim. I know what not to do, so we'll see. Anything we can say is going to help. Yeah, sure. Holmgren won 2 Super Bowls as an assistant coach of San Francisco. His offensive coordinator, Sherm Lewis, owns 3 title rings, one of which he wore Sunday when the Packers... What? Oh, his offensive coordinator, Sherm Lewis, owns 3 title rings, one of which he wore Sunday when the Packers routed Carolina 30-13. Huh. Holmgren said he was trying to get all peripheral duties, from getting tickets for friends to lining up travel arrangements for family, out of the way quickly so the players and coaches could get back down to business. Each player gets 2 tickets and can buy 28 more at $275 each. They'll take Tuesday off uh, as usual. Then practice at their indoor facility every day until Sunday, when the fly to New Orleans and the real hype begins. Fortunately, I've been through it a couple of times, so I can talk to them about it, Holmgren said. My wife Kathy is coming in today to talk to the wives and the girlfriends and the coaches' wives about, when they come down on Thursday, some of the things that they should be aware of. So we're trying to educate the team as much as possible. Beebe and McMahon have been through it, so I'm going to have them talk to the guys. Beebe has been waiting all year to serve as a consultant. It's good we have 2 weeks this week. This week you get all the garbage taken care of. Then when we go down there to play a football game, Beebe said, we don't go down there to have fun. You can enjoy yourself, but keep it to a limit because you're down there to play a football game. After the football game, you can spend as much time as you want enjoying yourself. So close. The way Packers defensive end Reggie White sees it, Bill Parcells owes him 2 Super Bowl rings. How's that? White began his professional football career with the Memphis Showboats of the United States Football League. In 1985, after finishing the USFL's spring schedule, White bought out of his contract, making himself available for the NFL, which held a supplementary draft in which several USFL players were taken. That year, the New York Giants, then coached by Parcells, had the 3rd pick. They chose offensive tackle Gary Zimmerman, another USFL star. Philadelphia, with the 4th pick, chose White. The Eagles never won a playoff game while White was there. The Giants went on to win 2 Super Bowls under Parcells. Bill Parcells stole 2 Super Bowl rings away from me, White said, perhaps joking a bit. So I'm mad at Bill right now. Favre versus Bledsoe. What rivalry? There's a quote by Brett Favre. Drew's a great quarterback, and he got a great contract. He's well deserving of it, and he's gotten them to the Super Bowl. I guess I don't need to read that. I'm just talking about, like, sometimes when quarterbacks have really great seasons, they get this really, really great contract. I guess so. That was either after the Super Bowl or the season of the Super Bowl. Um, Drew Bledsoe of the Patriots, he got a really big contract, probably like the highest paid player at the time. Um, so Brett Favre probably had a really big contract at the time too. Green Bay getting ready for familiar players. Hmm. Rutgers update. Ken Rutgers played well enough Sunday, and his left knee felt good enough Monday that the 12-year veteran could make his first start Sunday against Detroit. Rutgers played in the 4th quarter of Sunday's 13-7 win over Tampa Bay. It was his first action since last season's NFC Championship game, and it came after 9 weeks of rehabilitating his knee after 2 surgeries. Hmm. Falcons. Atlanta signed running back Jamal Anderson to a 3-year contract extension. Anderson leads the Falcons in rushing with 584 yards and also has 26 receptions for 224 yards and is sixth in the NFL with 808 yards from scrimmage. Financial terms were not disclosed. Detroit Lions. Detroit is catching nobody by surprise. At one point, I talked to a cornerback on the way off the field, receiver Herman Morris said, after the Lions were embarrassed at home 35-7 by the Giants Sunday. I asked him, "Are we that predictable?" And he said, "Honestly, yes." So I guess I'll stop there. Okay,